Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the godfather of International Jazz Day and Goodwill Ambassador to UNESCO, and very simply, a really cool living legend, His Excellency Goodwill Ambassador Herbie Hancock.
Merci beaucoup. Merci. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, bonsoir, Paris. It is really a great pleasure to be here with you tonight for this historic event, the very first UNESCO International Jazz Day. All day, the House of UNESCO was filled with music, and tonight, the house will resonate even more. I was honored to be appointed a Goodwill Ambassador by UNESCO in July of last year, and with the blessing of its 195 member states and the Thelonious Monk Institute of Jazz, we were able to create and implement International Jazz Day. I want to thank the Director General of UNESCO, Mrs. Irina Bokova, and U.S. Permanent Delegate Ambassador Killian, the President of the Thelonious Monk Institute of Jazz, Mr. Tom Carter, the Vice President, Michelle Day, my manager, Melinda Murphy, my co-manager and daughter, Jessica Hancock, and the Executive Director of the International Jazz Day Initiative, my Senior Advisor, Mika Shino. I would, of course, like to thank the sponsors who made this day possible. Air France, Google, SACEM, Yamaha, Casino Group, Société Générale, Procter & Gamble, Microsoft, the U.S. Permanent Delegation, the Embassy, and the Permanent Delegation of Azerbaijan, the National Federation of UNESCO Associations of Japan, the permanent delegations of Brazil, Russia, Germany, Morocco, Panama, and the Embassy of Norway. You know, I'm a very lucky guy because I was invited to head this massive effort with Director General Irina Bokova. But please know that every single person involved has worked tirelessly and with unity to honor the art form of jazz, which has been a large part of the foundation touching the heart and soul of my existence. Jazz is a very egalitarian art form. It enables musicians, vocalists, band leaders, sidemen, and composers to speak their minds through their instruments and craft, whether employing a saxophone, a piano, tabla, a tuba, a turntable, a voice, even a rock or a box or any of hundreds of other devices we use to express ourselves. We are all cooperating and taking turns to communicate our passions, our problems, and our creative ideas. And the results are exquisite. I ask that everyone listening in small villages and bustling cities hold the jazz model in their hearts in order to make our planet more equitable, open-minded, and unbiased. A world we are proud of. A world for our children to inherit and build upon. Everything begins with an idea. And the idea of jazz, of music, to ameliorate pain and suffering, erupted in New Orleans and Congo Square, which is where we'll be headed on Monday to launch the International Jazz Day. And then, guess where we're going? We're going to New York, where we will have a sunset concert in the General Assembly Hall of the United Nations Headquarters. That will mark the third and last of these amazing 3 global events. First at UNESCO, then New Orleans, then at the United Nations in New York. And I'd like to thank all of you assembled here this evening, especially the representatives from the UNESCO member states, everyone affiliated with UNESCO, as well as our friends from Paris and throughout the world. And I also want to thank the entire jazz community of musicians, composers, educators, and fans for participating and being advocates for International Jazz Day. All of you are my tower of strength. And I want you to know that we are a team, équipe. I need your energy to help me create music and uphold the jazz tradition. And please, do all you can to support the music today and every day of the year. Now, we've put together an incredible show for this evening, and I would like to conclude by saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, UNESCO.